We'd like to give a special shout out and thank you to Berry Balance, one of the sponsors of our podcast. They are our go-to for bariatric vitamins and supplements and protein waters.
The protein waters, you guys know I love my waters. They are amazing. They are 12 ounces and they're 20 grams of protein. And then as far as the vitamins go, I had gastric sleeve. And so they have vitamins per your surgery. They also offer bundles and they also offer auto ship. So like every month, my vitamins come in just on a rotation. I don't have to do anything. So I do the calcium chews. They have lemon and they have caramel. Those are the ones I've tried and love. They also have a multivitamin that has extra iron in it, which I get because I'm always a little bit low on my iron. So definitely love Berry Balance. Their vitamins and their protein waters. They're my favorite.
So whether you've had VSG or gastric bypass surgery, Berry Balance has got you covered.
So to get your protein waters or your bariatric vitamins, Berry Balance is the website, berrybalance.com. They also have a protein waters page, Dr. Smith's protein waters. Everything is available on berrybalance.com, even the waters, but the waters do have their own website. So
go get yours today. Thanks for tuning in to the Transform Your Life podcast with Teresa and Tonya. We are two besties on a mission.
We keep it real, we keep it raw, and we get down to the nitty gritty. Buckle up, baby. Hello, and welcome to Transform Your Life with Teresa and Tonya. I'm Tonya Spanglow.
Hi, everyone. This is Teresa Gallegos. Welcome to today's episode. We are doing part 2 of our plastic surgery survival guide with our girl, Mavi. Hello, Mavi. Welcome back.
Hey, guys. I'm happy to be back. And I brought some goodies this time.
I know, good. That's what I was like.
Yay.
She showed us some things that she brought. I cannot wait to see.
So if you guys have not checked out part 1, last week we did a whole discussion about the mental and emotional aspects, really like that kind of aspect of a survival guide for plastic surgery. We talked a lot about your mental and emotional health, like your diet, like movement, all those kinds of things. And this week we are actually going to dive into some of the tangible things that you could need for your recovery. I'm 22 days away from round 3 of plastic surgery, breast lift and arm lift. And Miss Spanglow, what's your countdown now?
I'm 28 days away from getting a thigh lift. And I'm talking about doing a fat transfer from taking the fat that Dr. Rednam was going to remove from my thighs and put that into my bottom. And then I might get a labiaplasty. All of these things are like in the works, but the thigh lift is absolutely 100%. I'm getting that. So 28 days away.
So this, again, just what we just said and what you just said right now is a perfect reminder of why you need informed people in your corner, because we are just weeks away from our surgery and we're still both vacillating about what other things we could add. What's the benefits? What are the risks? And what things are we actually going to need? And if we've already done this before and we still need the guidance, if you're new to plastic surgery, this episode is going to be really helpful for you. So let's dive in. Miss Mavi, what do you have for us in the way of tangible must-haves? Like, what are some of the non-negotiables that you really recommend for your girls to have post-surgery?
Okay, so my number one most important thing right after or right before surgery, as you're getting ready, is make sure that you have a clean and disinfected area for you to recover. And that includes doorknobs, sink, if you're going to be going to the sink and touching anything that you're going to be touching during your recovery needs to be cleaned. So if you're recovering at home, make sure you designate an area where your sheets are cleaned, everything is tip top for surgical recovery. As Teresa knows, no pets in the bed, no pets in the bedroom, no pets in your recovery area, making sure you just keep it nice and clean, a nice and clean space. So that's my number one thing. Okay. First, clean your recovery area. Make it a nice designated spot. Make sure you have a bathroom nearby and your kitchen somewhere close by. So hopefully not in a top level of a 2-level house. You might need to make an area in the first floor because you're really not going to be going up and down stairs initially. So that's my first one. My second one, I have a few things that I brought. And specifically for you guys, because you are on the weight loss journey and you've had weight loss surgery, one of the things that I see very common for your demographic is wound breakdown, meaning your incisions don't heal as fast. Sometimes it's because of your reserves, your nutrient reserves, and how your body heals. So during pre-op and post-op, I like to recommend for you guys to get on some sort of product. Like this is by the brand, she's my friend, Sulinu. She is a nutritionist who created this mixture for before and after surgery to help. If you are taking it before, it's to help prevent you from having any wound issues. And if you're taking it after, maybe you're already having a wound issue, it'll help your incisions close up. So this is like one of my top products that I really love to recommend right before and after surgery. So this is
That's super important.
Like what
it's
is
a
it,
protein
though?
powder? Is that what it is? It's a protein powder?
Yeah, so that she calls it a dietary supplement. Let me give you the ingredients. So before surgery benefits, it optimizes your immunity, it fills in the nutritional gaps, and it balances your gut health. So all of those things help you absorb your antibiotics easier and your pain medication, anything that you're taking, getting your gut in order before you go through all of that really helps. And then for after surgery, it enhances wound healing. It helps minimize swelling and alleviate bruising. So as y'all know, bruising and swelling is our number one complaint right after surgery. So those are the before and after benefits. Let's see if she calls it a protein powder or what does she call it? So you mix 1 scoop with 6 to 8 ounces of milk or water, or add it to your favorite smoothie. For recovery, consume 1 serving daily for at least 3 weeks before and continue for 4 weeks after.
So is it flavored?
Vanilla.
Okay, vanilla, there you go. You can add it to anything.
Does it have protein
from
in
the
it?
inside out.
So let me read you the ingredients.
On the nutrition.
Total grams of protein, 19.1 grams of protein.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And then it's vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D3, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B6, folate, vitamin B12, biotin. This one I can't pronounce. Pantothenic acid, calcium, iron, iodine, zinc, selenium, copper, and manganese.
Good. That's good to know.
This is one
anything that's going to help you with recovery. We need to do it. You know, like I'm already buying. Like I had some bone broth the other day that I'm trying to like bump up. Even though I already do high protein, low carb. I'm trying right now to focus not so much on the low carb and focus more on like whole foods. So like I bought yesterday at the store, like I did a video where I have tons of veggies. I've got tons of fruits. I'm shopping different. I'm getting a few things of the kettle flour bone broth every time because that's tons and tons of protein, but low volume. There's also Teresa, I was going to tell you this about, because you love yogurt. Don't you love yogurt?
I love yogurt. Yep.
There's a drinkable yogurt that you can get that it literally is I think it's 3.5 ounces, but it's a liquid yogurt and it has 26 grams of protein. They have that at
Do you
my
know the name of the
Walmart.
brand? Because I usually drink like Yakult and things like that.
Nope,
those are
it's not that.
Okay.
It's the what is it? Is it the Oikos or Chobani? It's either Oikos or Chobani, but there's one that has a ton of sugar. And then there's one that doesn't have hardly any sugar. This is the one that hardly has any sugar. So it's literally like it's low volume, but it's super high protein.
Which is what I look for. It's when you are going through any kind of recovery journey like that, healing starts from the inside out. And I have started, like we were talking about, a couple months prior to my surgery. Even though I already eat what I consider to be healthy, like Tonya, I've shifted more towards whole foods and more towards things that are promoting gut health, high protein, iron, for my iron deficiency, because I have anemia right now. So I'm trying to focus on foods that are rich in iron. that's just going to help me with healing. And I did suffer, and I know Tonya did too, with wound healing after both surgeries. My first surgery, one of my incisions on my abdomen just took months and months to seal. And then second round I had for my thighs, I had that big, I can't remember the name of it, the seroma under the skin, where they kept having to go in and like drain it. And it was a pain because I'm like, oh, my legs look so good, but I got this golf ball here, like an alien little golf ball on the side. But making yourself feel healthier from the inside out all begins with exactly what you're putting into it. So the vitamin regimen and the dietary supplements and things like that you just shared, those are super important. Absolutely. Love that.
Well,
what's your... go ahead.
Also, something for me is I want to do it before surgery. Like, you don't want to wait till surgery and then all of a sudden start vitamins and all of a sudden like, you got to make sure your body's already accustomed to it. It's already in your system, and that's going to help your recovery. For me, the reason I bring up the low volume, high protein, like the kettle fire bone broth and then the yogurt I just told you about, is because for some reason after surgery, I have zero appetite. So I've had, even as far as like my gallbladder surgeries, my hysterectomy, even after my pregnancies, like even every time I come out of something major in the hospital, I don't know what it is, but I have zero appetite. And so
that's common.
Those little things like that, those low volume foods that pack a punch of nutrients, though, those are for me. Like, I'm trying to find as many of those things as I can, because I know already I'm not going to want to sit down and have a steak dinner. Like, that's not my thing. I'm going to want to sip on some yogurt, or like even a little bit of oatmeal afterwards, something to get in my stomach, but not much of it. Things like that. Those are going to be like the route that I take. So that's good to see. Like the thing that you just brought, Mavi. I haven't seen that before.
Yes. So it's specifically for before and after surgery.
All right. What else you got?
I have. So another thing that's very common that we just talked about that is specifically to my weight loss girls is after surgery, when you have some wound breakdown, they like to put, you like to keep it moist. You don't want your incision to dry out. So this is a type of gauze. It's called Xeroform. And usually the surgeon will put it on your incisions or in your belly button sometimes, or different areas to help your incisions heal. So this is something I like to have just in case. I have a box of this for you, Tonya, whenever you're here, if we need it. It's Xeroform. It's a special type of medicated gauze, which leads me to my next one, which is gauze. You need a lot of gauze. And I say get at least a packet or two, because you can use it anywhere to do anything. You can use it to pack a wound. You can use it to protect your incisions. You can use it to keep your incisions moist, whatever it needs, whatever you need it for. And this is it's non-woven gauze. So there's two different types of gauze, and the one that they use like at spas, that's not too absorbent. This is a little bit more absorbent. And it's supposed to not stick. So
that when you like just said that,
go ahead.
No, you just said that, and I remember the gauze sticking to my wound on one of them, and it was like, it's like one of those things you don't want to ever see or feel, and you're just, you got to peel it off.
So,
and I was just dying. God.
Wet it with a little bit, which is another thing that it's good to have around, a little sterile saline after surgery. For that reason, you can wet it a tiny little bit and get it and moist enough to be able to.
I learned the hard way.
That looks like
I always do.
I think that's what was in my belly button. So that's what Bobby
they
would
pack it.
Bobby would drench it with whatever. What's that? Hibiclens? Is that what it is? Yeah. Something saline.
They use a saline usually.
And then he would pack my belly button with that. So I remember that. I remember it well.
Yes.
Mavi, please tell me you have a list that you can share with me, because I'm not going to remember all those things, and I need them.
I have a list.
All right. So if you're
listening to this episode and you want a copy of my list, send me a DM.
Yes.
My bruise juice. This is another product that I really love for after surgery. And I created this product right when I left the plastic surgeon's offices. And the reason why I wanted it is because I was noticing that my ladies that were coming in after surgery, their skin was dry. They were worried about bruising, inflammation, swelling, but the products that they were using were drying out their skin and making it worse. So this is an organic arnica balm, and it's does two things. It's helping reduce the inflammation, the bruising, and the swelling, while at the same time it's nourishing your skin. So it's almost like a moisturizer slash arnica balm. And if you notice, I don't have it anymore, but the one that people usually use is the one that's for joints and different places for athletes, and it's in a clear gel, but it's sticky and it's full of alcohol. And that's the one that was making my girl's skin itch even worse. It's making things worse, which
that's a bruise gel. I have that. I know what you're talking about because it's in a tube.
Yeah, it's in a tube.
I have that.
And it's meant for joints. It's not meant for after plastic
incisions.
surgery. Yeah.
I used Mavi's bruise juice when I was recovering. You sent me 2 jars. I still have one. I used a whole one on all of my incision lines. It was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can use
highly recommend
on your incisions after they've completely healed and they're sealed. You can use it as a scar cream because it has vitamin E and vitamin K in it. It'll help with reducing those in that darkness that sometimes comes with scars. And you can also use it to do scar massage. So scar massage is one of those things that it's some surgeons tell you how to do it and instruct you, others don't, but it's good for your incisions, for your scars to have some movement. And so with the bruise juice, let me show y'all, because it is, you'll see, Tonya, it's a little different than the cream.
The gel.
Yeah, it's more
yeah, you can't even see it.
It's white. It comes white, but it melts into like a moisturizer. So after liposuction, after an abdominoplasty, you want to once you get the go ahead from your doctor, you want to massage, but you see how it's like super easy to maneuver, and when you're doing your scar massage, you just use it, massage your scars, and it's helping them heal and it's helping them just be better overall.
Yeah, the massages are super important. I did that
it.
I did the massages for the buildup underneath the scar tissue. You can get like little deposits that are like thick. So like I would always do that. I still do that on my thighs, and I'm a year and a half out.
I was not much of a believer as far as the lymphatic massages go. That's just me being honest. I was always like, what? Lymphatic massages are another way somebody needs to just get money from you. Like, I can rub my own stomach down. I think I can rub myself down. Bobby can rub me down, whatever. I'm like, I don't think the lymphatic massages. I went in for the first lymphatic massage when I was still in Houston. I went to Dr. Rednam's office. They have it right there by her office. It's in the same building. You're talking about when I left there, my drains were filled. Like literally I went there and they hardly had any in them. And they literally that's how much what is it in there? The inflammation?
So what it is when you have an abdominoplasty, they lift up all the skin off your torso. Like it's completely off. And when they lay it all back down, your body tries to fill that space with liquid, with serum, with drainage, and it's clear red. And so when they do the massage, they're guiding all of that towards the drains. So
the drain. They were filled. And every time I went, afterwards the drains were filled within a short amount of time. And so that's why I was like, that's like to Bobby. I was like, that's literally proof that this is working. Like if you don't think
absolutely,
because otherwise it would still be in your body. You would have nowhere for it to go.
You would have swollen.
I already have my lymphatic drainage. I already have those massages set up for when I go in Houston. Dr. Redham, they scheduled those for me. So
perfect.
That's great. That's super important. I do it on my face every week, and I can feel. I use the gua sha tool. It's super cheap. It's amazing, but you can literally feel like after I do it, the next couple of days, my face will be sore, and but like the puffiness goes down. My face feels glowy. Like if you do it on your body, and then especially post surgery, you have got to. And what's crazy is there's like no discussion. People don't know that. They're like, what do you mean? I don't need to go. They think it's a massage. Like you're going for a standard massage. No, honey, do not expect to go in there and get a Swedish massage. They're not going to be banging on you. They barely touch. It's very light touching, and it depends on where you need it. But
Yeah.
I've had it for the thighs and the abdomen. Complete game changer. Total, absolutely necessary.
How long? So like when I came home last time, I had a lady that came to the house and did it. So she would have to drive, and she took my HSA card, which worked out perfect for me. And so I'm thinking about getting her again for when I get home. But so how long do I need to get the massages for? Is there a number you need, or how long you have to do it for?
This is such a good question because there's a lot of controversy around lymphatic massages. There's a certain subset of surgeons who say, don't touch it, leave it alone. You don't need massages. It's a scam. Like, no. And then you have your other group of surgeons who are like, yeah, there's benefit to it. You can start it, but not too soon. You don't need that many of them. You're good. And then there's the third, which are like, we want you to do them immediately after surgery and continue for 10 sessions, sometimes more. Sometimes they want you to do 20 sessions, but it depends on what surgery you're doing. If you're having a ton of lipo, lymphatic massage is going to be your friend because it will help you reduce a lot of that inflammation and swelling that comes with lipo.
Yeah, because I'm having, because like she'll lipo all around my entire leg at the top.
Yeah.
So like that's a lot. I remember last time, so she lipoed my hips after my fleur-de-lis, and they were black for days and days and days. Like it just looked like it looks like you've been either fell really hard or like you were beat with a baseball bat is what it looks like, because you're just black. I mean, it went away, but yeah, so I know that I'm going to need it with this because I'm going to have a bunch of lipo on the top of my thighs.
So Dr. Rednam leans in between the last two. She wants you to have them not too soon. She has her protocols that she follows. So that's perfect. She already knows how many she wants you to have, how she wants them done. And that's why you're set up while you're here. When you go home, she might have you do, depending on how many you do here, when you go home, you might need to schedule 3 to 5 more. It all depends on how is your body doing? How is your body recovering from the surgery? Do you have a ton of swelling? Or maybe you don't have a lot of swelling at all. It totally depends on how you're doing. And every day after those first 5 massages or so, it's kind of, everybody does it differently. Right. There isn't a exact recipe. And you guys know I always like to say, follow whatever your surgeon is telling you.
And for sure. Oh yeah, everyone's going to be different.
That's why it's important to find the right surgeon, because maybe you're somebody that has been online for the last 5 years and you know that you see better results on the girls that do lymphatic massages. Right. But maybe the surgeon you ended up with is a little old school and they don't want you to do any massages. And that's a clash. And that's why I tell my girls, you have to find the right surgeon for what you are looking for. Because then if you go with the surgeon that says, leave it alone, don't touch it, and you still have massages, they're going to be upset. They're going to say, hey, I told you not to do that. Or if something were to go, which complications happen. So if you were to have some sort of complication, then they're going to blame it on the massages because you weren't supposed to be doing that. So,
and you need to make sure you get someone like the lady I had. That's what she does. Exactly. So she's a massage therapist, but she just does like therapy massages. She doesn't do like regular massages. That makes sense? She does like medical massages, and she travels. Like I loved it because after the fleur-de-lis and the lower body lift, like I didn't drive for the longest time. So she came to me and that was perfect. I didn't have to worry about, because everyone was back at work while I was recovering here at the house by myself. I didn't have to worry about waiting for somebody to either take me or wait for Bobby to get off work. And then she was like 3 towns over. So she drove here. I did have to pay like her mileage and things like that, but I didn't mind it because that was kind of like she was coming to me. So I knew it was going to be pricey because it was very pricey, but it was worth it.
I also, for my girls who come stay at the recovery suite, I will have a massage therapist coming in and doing the massages. It's different for you because you already have it set up with Dr. Rednam. Yeah. And she supplies the therapist. But for other surgeons or other places that are with women who are going to be staying with me, I want to make it as easy as possible. Like if we don't have to leave, you don't have to get up and get dressed and get in the car and be in the car for 30 minutes. Like the better.
I want to throw this in really quick because I think people need to be aware of this. After my first plastic surgery, I had the abdominoplasty with the fleur-de-lis. I had my lymphatic massage, the first 2 done at my doctor's office for my follow-ups. And then I went online and downloaded an app to find a massage therapist. And a man came to my home who was a massage therapist. My family was all there. I had the table set up. The guy came in and I was completely out of it because I'm not, I'm recovering from surgery. And during the massage, he was touching me inappropriately, like touching the insides of my vagina, like literally, molesting me literally when I was completely messed up. Then he started screaming and yelling at me because my incisions were bleeding and got on the sheets. My family had to come into the room and literally physically have him removed from the house. So when you are doing your search for a lymphatic massage person, do your research before you let anybody in your home. And I say this because not everyone, like myself, I lived in Los Angeles County. Not everyone is in a good area like Tonya is, where you're going to have someone you knew, like one person who could do it. Mm-hmm. You need to do your research and make sure that who you are letting come into your home knows exactly what they're doing, that you're able to research their track record, that you're safe with them. Because I can tell you, I bawled my eyes out and was absolutely terrified to go and get any more lymphatic massages after that, because I was like, how do I know what's right or wrong? I didn't know because I had a monsplasty and he was touching me all down there. But then when he took it the step further, I just started sobbing and I was like, okay, this is not okay. Yeah. I don't even think I've talked publicly about this, but it was absolutely traumatizing.
Of course it was.
And so for me, I found a female therapist who I vetted and make sure that I was safe. But you're already going through so much. You are so vulnerable. And if you are new to plastic surgery and you don't know what you should expect, ask your surgeon, where should they be touching me? As a woman, I feel it gives me goosebumps. I feel like you need to be super informed with anybody who you're trusting with your body, period, whether it's your surgeon or a massage therapist, because I would hate for any woman to find themselves in a situation like that where you're being traumatized and taken advantage of and hurt when you're already hurting and trying to recover. So do your research, make sure the person is a medical massage therapist and that they know what they're doing, that you can read some kind of reviews that vouch for the quality of their care that they're going to provide you with. So
Teresa, that's terrible.
I can't believe
he needs to be in jail. That guy needs to be in jail.
We reported him.
Charges.
And we reported him. They wouldn't press charges because they said basically it was no witnesses saw what happened, and that because I was out of it, it could have been misinterpreted. It wasn't. The man was literally trying to flick my bean and was doing that. And that has nothing to do with my recovery care. Nothing at all. He was a predator who was taking advantage of me. And it was, thank God my family was there because I literally started screaming for them to come and help me. But I say that because I was completely traumatized and it prevented me from getting the care that I needed right away. And I got depressed. I got depressed. That's when I stopped eating. I stopped drinking and I got the blood clot because that happened and traumatized me. So you got to be super careful. Anybody needs to be careful, but especially when you are in a vulnerable state like that. Find your massage therapist prior to surgery. Do not wait, because then you're going to be desperate like I was, online searching and just looking for someone who has the next available appointment. Don't put yourself in that situation, guys.
So, Teresa, I think you being open about that brings up something that I already knew, that there's people out there in the industry, in the plastics and cosmetics industry, that don't have your best interest. And there's massage therapists out there who really have no idea what they're doing. They just learned some techniques, they took a class, and now all of a sudden they feel like they can have a business doing these things. And not properly trained therapists, and I think there's a whole bunch of different things that they are now, because they start using machines, they start doing radio frequency or fat melting treatments, and
suction cups. Like there's all kinds of things that they do.
Oh yeah,
that are not okay for you to do in the first few weeks after surgery. And I've even had episodes about it on my podcast where the surgeons are like, please Don't let them just run whatever machine over your abdomen right after an abdominoplasty, because you don't know what that machine is and what it's doing, and it's actually causing complications on the back end. So your story, and it's one of the reasons why I do what I do, because I know that as an insider, I know these things, but for the general public, there's a lot of things that y'all don't know, and it's not your fault that you don't know. It's just you don't know that you don't know. And that's literally what I would tell myself when I launched my show was, they don't know that they don't know this. They don't know this.
Yeah, you can't automatically assume that because someone says they're in the medical profession that they are properly trained, that they have good morals and values, that they have your best interest at heart. They don't. Not everyone does. And so that's why I say, don't leave it till the last minute. Prepare ahead of time. I already know the woman that I trust now who's going to do my lymphatic drainage massage therapy. I hate to think of any woman being put in a situation where you are so vulnerable like that and being taken advantage of. And that's why I shared it. It's not something I don't even think I've ever talked about, but it needs to be said. That's a reality of what can happen. So
also for me, it brings up a good point of, lots of people are like, well, do I need someone to help me through my surgery journey? Like I can navigate this by myself. You really think that? So here's Teresa, who is very knowledgeable, and she's gone on third round of plastics. Here sits me, who I've been on this journey for 6+ years, been there and done that 100 times over, it seems like, going on my second round of plastics. We sit here in front of you, honestly relying on Mavi, who this is what she does. Like, this is why what you do is super important because of things like that. Because look at Teresa, who just got on the internet. Oh, you know what? I can do this myself. I can schedule a surgeon, and you might be scheduling a cosmetic surgeon to work on your abdomen. Like, someone who is certified to perform cosmetic surgery should not be performing your fleur-de-lis or your lower body lift. That should not be happening. You need to make sure that the surgeon that you're going to schedule with, that is what their specialty is. Like for me with Dr. Rednum, I looked up every before and after she ever had at fleur-de-lis. I've looked up already all of her thigh lifts like that. All the information is there for me to look up. But all of the things that I need, like I'm relying on Mavi to help me. That's why it's okay to get help, and it's needed with things like this. Because like Teresa, you could have had, like Mavi could have found someone in your area. She's trained in that. She's trained in finding someone in your area to help you that's accredited. Yes. And so it's like that. Like you think you can go through all of these things by yourself and I'll just rely on my husband to take care of me. But then say I was in Houston and like Charvel wasn't there and Med Miami wasn't there and Bobby would have just been there and I might have choked to death. I mean, honestly, like you need help. For me, resources, all the people I can have in my corner, all the people you can have on your team, caring for you, knowing all about you, like all of that stuff matters, I think you make such a valid point. And I think all of this comes back down to what Mavi's goal is to empower people, women. The thing is that there is such a social stigma associated with plastic surgery. You and I get it all the time. Oh, y'all think you're too good now. You bougie. You fancy. You getting plastic surgery. You fancy,
you fancy. But like, there's such a social stigma, I feel like. So then people don't share, just like with weight loss surgery.
Do it in secret.
So then you do it in secret, which only creates the potential for complications, the potential to be taken advantage of, the potential to not heal fully. And those kinds of stories are the clickbait ones. Oh, woman dies after this surgery. Woman has a botched this or that. That's because we have created a culture where women, when they want to take care of their bodies in a way that's not deemed socially acceptable, we are marginalized for it. And that's when situations like that happen. That's when you get some creepy person coming to your home to take advantage of you, because I didn't know. I was uninformed. I did not have the resources that I've had now. So I learned all of those things through round one. So this is why we have Mavi on to help us with this survival guide for surgery, because it literally is your life. You are putting your life in other people's hands, and it's no joke.
Yep.
Like it can be scary.
It's super important. it's super important that you have someone informed on your side. Like for me, going into my surgery with Dr. Rednam, and I'm going to be staying at Mavi's recovery suite, I don't even have a worry. Now, granted, my nerves will kick in like the week of. I'm sure like 4 or 5 days before I'll get nervous. That's kind of my MO. It's kind of what I do. I'm excited right now, but like we just talked before we started the podcast, and she was like, look, I have your shower chair. I have your toilet seat. I have this. I've got this shower that you just step into. You don't got to step over. I got a high bed. I got a high couch. I've got your pillows. Like all of those things, just when you have an informed, whether it's, I'm just calling you my plastic surgery guru, but you're also my friend. I feel blessed to have you on my side. You know, it takes the load off of me thinking, oh, I forgot this. Well, Mavi probably has it covered. She probably already has gauze. She probably already has all the stuff that I need there. You know, if I forget to bring something from Oklahoma to Houston because I have to stay there for 7 days. It's just it's a relief for me. It's a relief.
See, so Tonya and I are both going into plastic surgery, okay? Mine is 7 days before Tonya's. My recovery experience is going to be very different from Tonya's. I'm still having an invasive procedure. I'm having my arms and my breasts done. The difference is that Tonya is going to be staying in a recovery suite with a person, our guru, who knows all the things. I'm going to be at home with a man who washes our dishes with the dog sponge, okay?
Mike, step up to the plate, Mike.
So my mind is, I'm not kidding you guys. I've caught him washing our human dishes with the dog washing sponge, okay?
Human dishes?
So
what do you mean?
No, like
I'm not kidding. Our plates that we eat off of, he will literally take the dog sponge where I clean their bowls with and clean them. And I've caught the man doing
Remind
that.
me not
Okay.
to eat at your house. Okay.
No, don't worry. I do all the dishes. After that, I was like, is this a strategy? Nonetheless.
Yeah.
My recovery.
Won't have to do anything.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
My recovery is different. I already know that, and I hate to say that, but for some women, the reality of it is going to be, you already know you have the pressures of, okay, how much is my husband going to be able to do realistically? And how much can he honestly do? All I can do is go back on the experience of how he was for my thigh lift. And he did the best he could. But as a woman, if you have babies, if you have grandbabies that you take care of, you may be thinking, okay, literally, I have to be able to navigate my life back again very quickly. You may not have time to take off a week or 10 days to go to a recovery place. And that's why it's so important to look at your home environment. And you may not be able to modify everything, but make it as comfortable as you can. I went and I bought tons of pillows. I have lots of fluffy pillows. I'm going to pick up all the things off of Mavi's list that I need as far as gauze pads and things like that go. But the reality is I live with a dirty husband who's going to be providing me with my care. God love him. He's going to do the best he can.
Yeah.
But there's only so much he can do. So you need to be empowered. You need to know what you need and you need to know your limitations. And the other thing I'm doing is I have backup. My aunt is an RN. Mike's mom is a nurse. So I'm going to have them on rotation to come into the house and check my wounds because Mike will look at them and glance. Oh, they look good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, also, your husband can only do so much.
That.
Your husband can only do so much. And then also for me, and it's the same boat. Like sometimes you just get sick of your husband. Like, I don't know. I mean, I love Bobby, but when I'm recovering,
of course.
And Bobby is a hoverer. So he will hover over me and 50 times ask me this, are you comfortable? Do you need some water? Do you check your pills? Do you need to put your feet up? And I literally, by the end of day one, I'm like, if you do not shut up and just go in the other room and let me sleep, like I can't even rest because, and I love this man. Dr. Rednam can attest because she sutured up my belly button in office and she had to be like, sir, can you back up? Can you get out of her belly button? So I can see
that is
and give,
so cute.
Like, give us space here. And she told me that before when I scheduled this next surgery. She was like, well, I know you have a doting husband because he was nose deep in your belly button. I had to ask him to back up. Like literally, that's him though.
So cute. I
so
love
if
Bobby.
I say,
oh my gosh.
Look at my wounds but he takes it to the extreme and I'm irritable. After surgery, I'm like, can I sleep? Can I read? Can I watch my show in peace? Yeah. So sometimes that's why when you showed me your room, Mavi, I'm glad he has There's a outdoor, there's a living room. I will be in the bedroom. Like, I'm glad he has extra space.
He can
because
swim,
he hovers,
he can
and
go in there.
I love it. And it's great, but we all know we're not ourselves while we're recovering. I'm irritable I'm irritable. Like, I was irritable last time. I got so sick of everyone coming in this house. Are you okay? Did you take your medicine? And so we got a dry erase board, and we still have it in the bedroom. I need to bring it to Houston. We have it. It's on the wall in my bedroom still, because Bobby would take the morning shift, and then Kylie would come in and do like mid morning. He would leave. He would put down the medicine he gave me, the time he made my water. I showered the night before, all that. And then Kylie would come in and write on the dry erase board. So nobody was doubling up on my medication. Then my friends would come in the afternoon and be like, oh, I see you've already had your medicine. But I got sick of everybody. I wanted to be like, I just need to have some time alone here and just let me rest.
Tonya, that recovery was a lot harder than this is going to be for you. You're saying that you're going to be laid up for a week in bed. I guarantee you're not going to be like arm. I haven't had the arms, but I like the legs. Yeah, you're not gonna. It's not like with the abdominoplasty where you are. It's like you're hit by a freight train. Yeah, it's like you're hit by a freight train mentally, cognitively, physically, in every way. With the thighs, you're only really fuzzy until the anesthesia starts to wear off. I only took my pain meds for 2 days, and then I was on Tylenol because it was manageable. It's just the burning and the tightness of the skin. Yeah. You're going to see, I think, that and I'm telling you that because I don't think you're going to have to rely on people to do around the clock management for you. Right. Mike did it for like the first 2 days. And then I was like, leave my medicine alone. I can do the medicine. Help me up and off the bed, and I'm cool. Like, don't follow me in the kitchen. Let me go in the kitchen, make my protein pudding.
Give me some space.
Me be. Exactly. And I love that they're doting and they're hovering. And I brought up the recovery space differences because that it's a reality. Sure. If you can go to a recovery space, I highly recommend it. I will be in Dr. Chin's recovery suite for like 2 days, but we want to go home. We could have stayed for a week, but I'm like, no, I am the kind of girl that needs to be home in my routine. And I know for my man's mental health, he needs to be at home in his routine too. So definitely assess your situation. Figure out where your strengths are, where there may be some potentials where you need to bring in other people for support. And I have that. I have, like, my nephew will come in and help manage the cleaning for the first 2 weeks. So that takes the load off of me and also Mike, who is my caregiver. So you need to think about, how are you going to get your groceries? Here in California, I can DoorDash, Instacart. Tonya doesn't have that option. So you need to, we know this. We've learned from traveling together. DoorDash, Cart, Insta, whatever. She don't know any of it. Yeah. So you have to think demographically, your location wise, where are you? What services can come to your door? I can literally get medications, pharmacy stuff, food delivered to my door. Where do you live? Can you get that day or night? You know what I mean? So those are all things for your recovery that you're going to have to think about ahead of time.
I want to tell your listeners, your girls, so when I am helping somebody through the process, these are the things that I'm helping you navigate through. I'm helping you navigate through finding the right surgeon for the procedures that you're looking for within the price range that we're looking at, within the location. Or if we're traveling, I'm helping you figure out all the logistics of where you're traveling to, where you're going to stay, what are you going to eat, who's going to take care of you, what are you going to watch, how are you going to keep your mind busy while you're laying there and recovering. Who's going to do your massages, what supplies you need, what compression garments you're going to need. Helping you navigate through all of those things that when you're going into it, you're like, okay, I'm getting ready. I'm going to have surgery, but you don't really know what do I need to get ready because it's your first time. I like to tell my girls, it's your first rodeo, but it's not my first rodeo.
Right. So, and that is so valuable right there. Like game changer. Just the fact of, am I going to be able to wipe my own butt? Am I going how do I put on a shirt? Like
just to take the nerves away. Like
how am I going to be strong enough to be able to open my prescription bottles? Am I going to be cognitive enough to know what medications and to remember? This is why you need support. This is why we're talking about this. This is why we are helping and why Mavi is trying to eliminate the social stigma and the misinformation that's out there. You need to be informed and empowered with anything you do in your life. But when it comes to your health and welfare, plastic surgery is no joke. Recovering from any surgery, bariatric surgery was just as hard as getting an abdominoplasty surgery. Surgery is surgery, period. And the reality of the situation when you are in it after it is so vastly different from beforehand. You have no idea. Like Tonya said, her and I both don't want to eat. I don't want to drink. I don't want to be bothered. All I want to do is cuddle into a ball and just my body's going, help me. Yes, exactly.
Help me. So I'm in here.
You gotta know and anticipate all of these things, and you don't have to navigate it alone. So Mavi, do you have a list that you're going to be able to share with our listeners? How they can DM you were saying, right? Can you drop all that info where they can find you?
Yes. So I want to say two things. With everything that we've learned in this episode, I want to point out that that's why I created my recovery suite, because I was having women travel to Houston and I'm having to find accommodations for them. And for this reason or that reason, I have no control over what happens in another place. But I do have control about if I create my own. And it's almost like, I was just talking to another one of my clients yesterday. I'm like, I want it to feel like a hug. Like you're coming in and it's like, I know you don't feel good. I know you're going to be recovering. I know you need to sleep. I know you don't want to eat. I know all these things already. So I'm already, making you special drinks that I know you'll be able to tolerate, or keep finding things to keep you entertained because you're going to get bored, and all of these different things that you don't realize until you're in recovery. I'm thinking about them ahead of time and creating a space that you can just come, bring your clothes, bring your face wash, bring your deodorant, bring the things that are personal to you, but all of the other things, I got it. Like, we got it. You don't have to travel with a suitcase full of supplies. You don't have to, we figure it out in the process and have everything ready for you. When you walk in, you're in. And the other thing I wanted to say is, husbands being annoying during recovery is across the board.
Love them, but it's like a saying, can't live with them, can't live without them.
Because there's another side of the spectrum of husbands that don't even want to look at blood. They don't want to see you up. Like, they don't want to see you.
Oh, no, that's not
hurt.
Bobby. Nope. Bobby's in it to win it. He's in it.
You know what Mike said to me last night? He goes, well, I figured, for the first 2 nights, I'll eat dino nuggies and tots. And then you'll be back to making dinner after 2 nights. Right?
2 nights?
No.
I looked at him. I said, sir? I said, sir, you're going to be eating dino nuggies for probably a week or 2.
Frozen pizza for 2 weeks.
You got your breakfast Sammys that I have stocked up in the freezer. That's what you're going to be eating. This wifey will not be up.
Yeah.
Chefing in the kitchen, breakfast and dinner.
Wifey
and
duties taken care of.
Yeah. And going above and beyond. None.
None.
You can't. You can't. Like, I'm just like, what? But he means well. I know he's got me in the best way that he can. But everything you're saying, Mavi, people don't realize after your surgery, if you go and you sit down on a toilet that's too low for you, guess what's going to happen? You can't get back up, honey.
Right.
You're going to be calling for help.
Yep.
If you book yourself a hotel room and you're like, I'm going to recover here, and it's a bathtub and you got to step over it, you have a fall potential right there.
You got a shower
You
chair.
have a wound you could compromise your wounds. If you travel for surgery and you get there in a hotel room, and guess what, honey? They give you 2 pillows. Okay? And you're like, oh God, I have to be elevated on my back.
You need like 10.
My arms got to be up. My legs got to be up. Those are all the things that you have to think about that people don't think about. So, okay, one other question. I know I need to ask this. Garments.
Oh yeah, do that.
Garments, because
and then I have to tell you something at the end.
There are a million different brands. I know for me, the only garments that I liked were the ones that my surgeon had, and the manufacturer of them does not distribute publicly. You have to buy privately through them. So I would have to go through my surgeon, or they would reach out and have it sent, and then I had to pay shipping. The reason I bring up the garments is because when you have plastic surgery, for example, I was sent home in my faja, my compression garment, my initial one. However, you have wound seepage.
Yeah, you need 2.
you have the swelling, you have the potential like I did where I was being rushed to the hospital in my faja in a rainstorm and my faja was soaked. And had I not had a backup, what would I have done? So I want you to talk about the garments and what is the ideal to leave with. So I'm, for example, getting my arms done, and what else am I getting done? Oh, my boobs. So I have no idea. I'm like, wait, what am I getting done? What? My arms and my boobs. And right away in my mind, I'm like, I need a backup faja for my chest. I need one for my arms. And my husband's like, oh no, it'll be fine. We'll just figure it out later. I'm like, no, you can't just figure it out later. I need to know because guess what? When I come home and I'm steeping and I need a wet one, I need to have a dry one. So Mavi, take it over, please.
So garments are, everybody's different. You have to find one that is comfortable for you, because the number one thing is finding one that you'll actually wear.
Yes.
You'll actually be compliant. That's number one. If I can get you to wear it and keep it on for 8 weeks, I'm happy. So I really like these. This brand is actually a Colombian brand. It's called Forma Tu Cuerpo, but Colombia is like top in the world for plastic surgery.
It is for plastic surgery and everything.
They've innovated so much. So this one is one of my favorites because it has a side zipper. This is for an abdominoplasty, Mavi makeover kind, but they also have this piece by itself with arms and breast. So it's the arm compression and breast compression. So you can actually purchase this, just the top separately.
Oh,
does it have the
bottom? Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Let me open this.
You guys, for our listeners, let me tell you, to my left, I have a stack of like 10 garments that I never wore because as soon as I got it, I was like, nope, not happening. I have like $1,000 worth of garments sitting right here. So this Mavi addressing this is so freaking important. It will save you so much money.
Well, because they're pricey, but they should be. Like Dr. Rednum, what's the brand that she uses, Mavi? Marina, yeah. Okay, so she sent me home with one, and then we got home. So 10 days later, because I stayed in Houston 10 days, I got on Amazon and ordered the same exact one, but in a smaller size. Yeah. And so I had two. So one would be in the washer, and I would have the other one on.
Yes.
Well, now, I don't wear it now, but I got all the way, I ordered 2 more sizes down. So like I started out, I think I was in an XL and I ordered an L, and I think I even got down to a small. I have one that's a small here because that is like, it's super compression. They're super tight, but they're supposed to be.
Yes.
And so that's the brand that she uses. And you can get those on Amazon. They're expensive, but I mean, they should be.
The same, it's the very similar material. The Morena brand and this brand, they're very similar material.
Which I love.
Stretchy, but compressing.
Yeah, and very stretchy, easy to get on, but they keep you compressed.
Exactly. But so
go ahead. No,
not that you want something tight, but not too tight. And that's where that's why I like these, because even if you go a size too small, it's not going to compress you to the point where you cause damage. And that's what we don't want. We don't want you to wear something that is so tight that you hurt your incision by preventing blood flow or something serious like that. Actually, I've seen it happen. It happens. So the reason why I like this side zipper, this is for an abdominoplasty. The reason why I like the side zipper is because the ones that have the zipper in the middle, I feel like when you sit, it compresses and it pushes on your incisions right here.
I got a cut from it because it would bend, and it would literally, like, that area would not heal. It would not freaking heal just because of the one that I had, like, bent like that. And it created like this deep, like, crease, and it would not heal. It was awful. This is why I'm like, garments are so freaking important.
Very important to your recovery. Having the right garment can make or break it. If you're in a garment that's uncomfortable, that's too tight, that you're hot, that you're just miserable in, it's going to make your whole recovery miserable. But if you find a garment that's compressing enough, that provides the compression, but it's not too tight, but it's also breathable and it's also cool, so you don't get hot and sweaty. It's like I can tolerate this. It's tolerable. And that's
because if you can't tolerate it, you're not going to wear it.
Because you won't. You're just
no. And if you're new to it, if it's your first round,
Mm-hmm.
like I remember waking up for my surgery and I was like panicking for a couple days because it's crazy to have this big compression garment like holding you in all the time. Now I still wear a compression tank. I've done it every day since surgery because I ended up liking the feeling of it.
Right.
So now I'm like, give it to me. But my thigh one, 2 weeks, I was like, I'm done. He's like, you're supposed to be wearing it. I was like, I can't. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I can't do it. I could not do it. But like, I know for my arms and my breasts, I need to have something that I'm actually going to wear because I know how important it is. If you don't follow your surgeon's aftercare, you can have complications to rise. You could not get the results that you necessarily want to achieve. So
Yeah.
and having it on backup, you are going to have moments where maybe you're going to spill something all over your compression garment, whatever. You got to have a backup for when the other one is washing. And you can't even, I know the ones I got, I couldn't like dry them in the dryer because they would shrink. They have to air dry. So think about that. If you're in a place where you have to wash it, it could take a day to dry, 2 days to dry. If you're in a place that's really, really cold and rainy and snowing. So like, you need to think about that, but also don't buy too many ahead of time because then you're going to spend your money like I do over here. And I got 10 or 15 of them over here that are sitting here that are no good to me. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not even kidding.
I always like to tell my girls, we're going imagine the surgery journey is like a timeline. And so I like to keep you where we're focusing on what we're working on right now or what's next. I don't want us focusing before surgery at what garment you're going to wear at 6 weeks post-op, because that's what happens when I'm having conversations with my clients. They're thinking, oh my God, I need to get all of these garments. I need to have everything ready before the surgery. And that's just not the case. You need your initial stage ones, 2 of those, just for you can wash one, wear one. But after that, you're going to shrink so fast that you might not even, you don't even know what size you're going to end up in. And getting a garment is not that hard to where you can't get one in a couple of days. Max. So before surgery, you only need to worry about getting your stage ones, which are that soft, stretchy material. After the 3 to 6 week mark, depending on your surgeon, if they want you to move into something firmer or tighter, a stage 2, then we can think about that then, like 2 months after surgery, not before surgery. So that was something I wanted to say.
I could see why women would be freaking out about it ahead of time. If you're navigating it alone, you don't know any better. And you're like gung-ho like I was. I got to get 50 million of these things. I got to buy every single thing on the list. And no, I wound up giving away hundreds of dollars in medical supplies. I have $1,000 in fajas sitting right here. Like, that's why it's super, super important to have a resource like Mavi. So Mavi, before we end this episode, if you have like 1 or 2 pieces of advice for any of our people out there who are considering having plastic surgery, what would you say the most important thing what would you advise anybody?
My first thing would be definitely to stop and think and write everything down. What the steps are that you have to do to get to your end point. And of course, I'm going to say hire a consultant who can help you through the process, but that's not a reality for everybody. So the number one thing would be to educate yourself as much as you can and follow your gut. When you're doing something and something is telling you like, I don't know, like it doesn't feel right, follow your intuition, follow your gut. And if it's saying something doesn't seem right, maybe
it's probably not.
Probably not. And it's okay. Another thing I like to say is, oh, well, that's how they do it at this place, at this office. They have us do it like this. And what I like to say to that is, just because they do it like that doesn't mean it's right, and doesn't mean you have to do it like that. So finding a provider that you really connect with and you trust is key. Because if you do not trust your surgeon, no matter what they say, if they're telling you after surgery it's a little bit of swelling or it's inflammation or it's going to get better, if you trust them, you believe it and you relax and you say it's going to get better, it'll be fine in a few weeks or whatever. But if you don't trust them, you don't relax and you doubt what they're saying and you go online and now you're looking for answers and you're looking and you're trying to see if what you think it is actually what it is, or if your surgeon is right. So that would probably be my tips of advice, which would be do your research, follow your gut, and do it for yourself.
So one other thing I want to clarify. So Mavi, we've been talking with you for 2 episodes. Tonya and I know you. We love it. We all work together. For our listeners, can you clarify exactly what it is that you do, what services you provide? And I want to know, do you offer like a one-time consultation where somebody could call you for a flat fee and just to get overall guidance where you can touch on all the necessary points? Can you just give us like a layout for any of our listeners who are like, oh my gosh, it sounds
This sounds amazing.
This sounds amazing. What exactly does Mavi do? What can she do for me?
So first off, I have free discovery calls, which means they can talk to me for about 15 minutes and I figure out if I can help them. And I do it for free because a lot of times maybe somebody's not at the right weight. Maybe they just want to know like, what's the price range? How much money do I need to do this? Or different questions like that. So in that 15-minute, I get to know what it is that we're looking at, what they need, and then I can give them their options as far as which one of my services is the best for them. Because I have a variety. My most popular one is called the Surgery Blueprint, which is we hold hands and I walk you through the process. You get me for a year and we go through it. I like to do it for a year because I don't want anybody to ever feel pressured to having surgery fast or anything like that. So we take a year, we take our time, we do our research, we become friends, we trust each other, and then I help you through your journey.
I love that.
I have other options that are more depending on what they need. Like, for example, if somebody is traveling for surgery and they are traveling by themselves, which is a huge no-no, you can hire me to come with you. So I'll come with you to your surgery, be with you in those first few days when it's crucial that you cannot be by yourself. Sometimes women don't have people to travel with them. Family can't take off, or they're keeping it a secret, or whatever reason they're traveling by themselves. They can get me, or they can come to my recovery house and I can take care of them here. And so any way that you want to work with me, or if you want to reach out to me, send me a message through Instagram. My handle is Big Butts No Lies Podcast. Big Butts No Lies Podcast. And send me a DM. I will see how I can help you. We can schedule a discovery call. So that's free, no commitment. It's for us to get to know each other. And then after that, we'll take it from there.
Awesome. Thank you, Mavi.
That's amazing. As we sit here, I still cannot decide what I'm doing. It's driving me nuts because after these 2 episodes, I'm thinking I want my arms and my legs. Is that not wild?
I think
no, not knowing you.
I just don't know. I just canceled my arms yesterday. And right now, this very moment, I want to call Cheryl back and be like, put the arms back on there.
Well, if you're going to do that, you need to, because the timing, that's how it works with, that you have to, they have to book the surgical space. So
yeah, they have it booked
in reality.
Already.
Yeah, in reality, Tonya, it's what you want. It's what you want. At the end of the day, is your arms and your legs. The other stuff you were talking about, like you said,
they were
do what you want to do. But like your arms, those affect you.
But how many people get those done at the same time, Mavi? Have you had someone get those done at the same time?
Okay, so it's different when it's arms and it's just legs and arms versus lower body, like abdominoplasty and lower body.
Yeah, it's just my thighs and it'd be my arms.
So it's a little bit different because when you're doing your thighs, you can still use your abs. You can still maneuver with your torso. And if you're not using your arms, it's okay because you can use your torso, your ab muscles. So when you're doing lower body, like lower body lift, abdominoplasty, extended, anything like that, I wouldn't recommend doing that with arms because you can't use your ab muscles and you use your arms to maneuver.
Yeah.
So because of that, I think you'd be fine to do your thighs and your arms.
What do you think? What would you do? What would you do?
I would do it both.
You would?
I would do both. Just like I'm doing the arms and the breasts, because I know it's going to be easier to get it one and done and be over and done with. And honestly, I know how easy the thighs were for me.
Okay.
Like, it's shocking. Like when people are saying like, oh, I had a hard time. Everybody is different.
Yeah.
But like, you're so healthy and strong. We walk a lot. Like, you eat well, you hydrate, you have a good support system. If you were just like me recovering at home, like I'm going to be with just Mike's help, I would be like, maybe, but you're going to be in recovery, sweet, with Mavi.
Yeah.
If I call Cheryl back and be like, put the arms back on there, she's going to be like, are you serious?
But she's
be
going to
like,
say,
no take backs. That's it. No take backs, Tonya. No take backs.
And Dr. Rednam recommended it for your overall appearance. And this is like a one and done. Like, it's going to be amazing for you. Bobby, you're not going to drag poor Bobby through all this again.
I'm not going to tell him. I'll just wait till we get there.
Hold on. If you do, next time you can tell him, Mavi's got me. You can stay here.
Yes.
Right? You don't have to show up, Bobby. You just show up and drop me off.
You don't even have to go.
Mavi got me. Just show up and drop me off.
Just come. I'll come back once I'm already, a week later. I'll be feeling better and then I can handle you.
I was this close to doing my surgery in Texas, you guys. That close. Like, and Mike talked me out of it because I was like, no, baby, we're in Southern California. It's a 2-hour drive. It just makes it easier. We don't have to travel all the way. It makes sense. And I get it. But like the idea of having another woman there to just help support you and take care of you and guide you through it, who is so informed, like it's everything. But we hope you guys.
Teresa, I wish I had you. I wish I could take care of you.
I know. I could use it. Believe me. Anyways,
I'm only a phone call away. So
yeah, no, I appreciate that.
I'm only a phone
Thank
call
you.
away too. We'll be right there in spirit and on FaceTime.
Yes. I love it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and you found it informative. Definitely go and check out Mavi's socials. If you are interested in plastic surgery, schedule a discovery call with her. It does not hurt to just get, the information ahead of time. It can help you make an informed decision. So, Mavi, thank you so much. We love you.
Thank you.
You guys have a great day. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, you guys have a great day. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to the Transform Your Life podcast with Teresa and Tonya. We are two besties on a mission.
We keep it real, we keep it raw, and we get down to the nitty-gritty. Buckle up.